My son Kalen was a C-section birth, and due to complications with the delivery and subsequent antibiotic treatment, my wife was not able to nurse him. So he began life on infant formula, and within 8 weeks developed an aggressive case of colitis. Now, unchecked colitis is extremely dangerous for anyone, but far more so in an infant. Critical brain, organ, and tissue development can be seriously and permanently affected. Over the following 4 weeks, he was placed on several different formulas, but showed virtually no improvement from the diarrhea and accompanying illness, and eventually ended up on IV fluids. By this time, it was becoming clear that we weren't dealing with lactose or dairy intolerance or any kind of food allergy. But when it was suggested that we put him on a soy formula, it was time for me to become completely engaged. Now, based on my personal experience with protein supplements, I began to think that his condition might be caused by the size of the intact whole protein molecules, rather than the source of the protein or other ingredients in the formulas that he may be allergic to. An infant digestive tract is not yet developed to handle solid foods, as anyone knows, but neither can it efficiently process proteins aside from those found in mother's breast milk. So why, I wondered, are we feeding our infants whole dairy proteins, or worse yet, whole soy proteins, when neither is appropriate or necessary? I started talking to protein chemists and researchers at infant formula makers like Abbott, Ross, Mead Johnson, and Carnation, as well as multiple protein suppliers. Eventually, I found my way to a brilliant man who said he might just have the very thing for me. He told me he only had benchtop samples from his current research and development, but would be glad to send them to me if I would share my results with him. This was the first ray of hope in weeks, and I jumped at the chance. So I put together a more or less customary infant formula, except for one singular but critical component. I removed the inexpensive caseins and caseinates and inserted high DH hydrolyzed whey protein. This unique formula was saturated with the smallest protein molecules called di and tripeptides. I fed him this formula and we prayed for success. After barely 2 days on this formula, he recovered completely, and I thought, wow, amazing. Kalen is now a super healthy 22-year-old who follows a great exercise and nutrition program loaded with Power Crunch products. His dramatic recovery set me on a path of research and development that yielded the Proto Whey and DTP technology that now fuels the entire Power Crunch family of products. My name is Kevin Lawrence. I'm the product formulator and current CEO of Bionutritional Research Group. I have a Bachelor of Science degree in accounting and a minor in chemical engineering. But I've been formulating nutritional supplements and educating consumers on their use since 1983. As a collegiate football player and former world champion bodybuilder and an athlete desirous of supplying myself with the best possible nutrition, I have over 45 years of personal experience as a consumer of nutritional supplements as well. I began educating myself and using nutritional supplements at the age of 12, when I bought my first seriously foul-tasting liquid B complex, some now historic desiccated liver tablets, and of course, you gotta have some of Joe Weider's Muscle On protein powder. Along the way, I've acquired a rather eclectic nutritional education coming from books, real-world field studies, work experience, various geniuses, and of course, the all-too-painful personal experimentation. I've had the benefit and pleasure of working with some incredibly bright PhDs, doctors, scientists, and other nutritional researchers, without whose help I would not be talking to you today, and quite likely, there would be no product like Proto Whey to talk to you about. I've been an athlete my entire life. Most of my interest in product formulation has been fueled by the desire to create products for myself, my family, and friends. Products that I couldn't find anywhere else, either because they didn't exist or because there was no properly formulated version of it that I could buy. Prior to beginning my work with hydrolyzed whey proteins, all of my work had been well planned and directed with specific intention. The development of Proto Whey, however, was completely unexpected, and I had no idea I was beginning a new challenge. The impetus for that research and the Power Crunch line of products that now contain it arose solely out of a grave personal need that appeared in my life 22 years ago with the birth of my son Kalen, the story you've just witnessed. Today, that research continues unabated. We've completed our first clinical trial at the University of Missouri in October 2012. The study employed Power Crunch Proto Whey right out of the jar. The control powder was identically formulated except for utilizing unhydrolyzed whey concentrate as the protein. And the resulting pivotal scientific paper, it was presented at the National American College of Sports Medicine Conference in 2012, and more recently at the 2013 International Experimental Biology Conference in Europe. With its unique and best-in-class taste and textures, and the recent launch of Power Crunch Crisp Protein Energy Bars and Power Crunch Blast Ready-to-Drinks, the Power Crunch line now provides a complete array of products to truly treat your body smart at every meal or snack opportunity. With its exclusive DTP technology, Power Crunch stands alone as the pinnacle of smart protein nutrition, claiming the label, the Einstein of protein.